Right, and you have people in.
Hello everyone, and welcome to our special tonight. It's all about St. Patrick's Day, and here to join me tonight is the beautiful White Witch, Violet Storm. Say hello, Violet.
Hello.
She's saying hello. So she knows all about St. Patrick's Day more than I do, so she'll be telling everyone all about it, and we'll be having a discussion. We'll be doing free readings, and I'll be doing some mediumship and readings towards the end. And we've got a giveaway tonight for all the little leprechauns out there. It's called Magical Tales of the Forest, and please share this with your friends, this show, and we'll be sending out a prize tonight to somebody in the audience. This is one of the first books I wrote. It's called Magical Tales of the Forest, and it's all about the elementals and the nature spirits of this world. And I actually wrote it in Ireland many years ago. It was the first book I wrote. I actually channeled it. As soon as I went there, I was up for probably about 3 or 4 weeks writing this book with all this information I absolutely didn't have any idea about. So this is the prize, Magical Tales of the Forest. This is my first book I ever wrote. Okay, let's move on. So I've pulled the cards tonight, and everyone's going to get a card reading. So the first card, if you've picked number 1, before we go on, I've actually used the mermaid cards because I think they're beautiful. I love mermaids, don't you, Violet?
I do.
Yes.
Magical creatures.
They're magical, and these are very, very old. I remember having these for many years. I think they're by Doreen Virtue. So there you go. And so if you pick number one, the card for you is yes. So anything that you've been worried about or anything that you've been thinking of doing, yes, you'll get your answer very, very soon, and it'll be a positive outcome. So anyone who's worried about anything and will you be okay? Yes, you will be. And you'll be able to sort out your life and what's going on. So you've got a very positive yes card. So your intuition is correct. So if you've been thinking about somebody, it could be people, it could be a friendship, it could be a work situation, and you keep going over and over in your mind, oh, what could that be? You know how you get these gut feelings? That's intuition, yeah? And it's saying, yes, you're right. So trust yourself and don't worry and don't have any doubts about anything because you're absolutely okay. But the other flip side of that is if you've been thinking, oh, something's going to go wrong with a person or a job or something that's very important in your life, you've had that feeling and it keeps telling you, it's just saying, yes, you're correct. So please, whoever's got this card and everyone as well, please listen to your intuition. There you go. Okay. I also want to say I had the candle here tonight because I've still got a candle going for all the people in the Ukraine to stop the war because there's so much turbulence in the world, isn't there? So I've been using this candle. I light it every day and I say a prayer to all the people of the world that are in Ukraine and also, you know, any refugees. And it's a horrible situation, war, isn't it? So prayer is the answer for all of us. Just pray and ask the angels for help. So there you go. Okay, the second card in the mermaid deck is all about friendships. So if you've been working too hard or, you know, you haven't really been looking after yourself and you're feeling a bit down and depressed, because let's face it, there's been so much going on with the bushfires, with the floods, with COVID, and now we've got the war. You need to take time out and have some fun and find yourself again, because how hard is it at the moment in the world? It's tough for everyone, isn't it? So please take the time out and have some fun and catch up with your friends and keep a positive mind and positive attitude. So that's number 2. So you need to have fun, play, go visit a friend, go and talk to someone. That we all have someone in the world that we can talk to. So there you go. Okay, number 3 card is accept heaven's help. And this card is all about, you know, if you've been praying for help, you need to now get out of the way and let the angel step in and help you in that situation. So this is an amazing card because I've used prayer many times throughout my life. And if you pray for help from the spirit world, from the ancestors, from the archangels, from the angels, from your own spirit team, your loved ones in the spirit world, and also the ETs, if you pray, you just ask for what you want and generally you get a result. And sometimes it can only take like 5 days. the more you do it, the faster it works. It's a very, very positive thing, because at the end of the day, we're always protected and we're always loved from our loved ones in the spirit world, and also the angels. And the other card I've pulled is, Healing Heart. It's all about how powerful you are. If you're one of these people that people always come and talk to you and tell you all their problems, it's because, you know, you've got so much compassion and you're what we call a light worker in the world. So you're always giving advice, or you're always getting involved in other people's things. And I'm sure whoever's pulled this card tonight, I'm sure this is very special for you, and it's just acknowledging your power and who you are, and you know how much you're loved. And you know, just because someone passes to the other side, it doesn't mean that, you know, they're not with us, because you always see signs, don't you? You might see feathers, you might see birds, or you might hear a special song. There's always spirit signs to remind us that our loved ones are always around us. And it's funny because often when I've gone to funerals, I'll always sense the person there. I went to a really good friend's funeral, and she kept, when it was time to say goodbye, she kept opening and closing the curtains, which was quite funny, where the coffin was, and we all knew it was her. You know, quite funny. Now that's a sign, isn't it? But anyway, let's move on with the show. We'll get the beautiful Violet in. Welcome, Violet. You're the expert on St. Patrick's Day, aren't you?
Well, I certainly have some thoughts and opinions on it.
Well, first of all, can you tell us exactly what it's all about, St. Patrick's Day?
So, St. Patrick's Day is the patron saint of Ireland, as we'd say, even though he's actually not canonised. So the Catholic Church doesn't recognise him as a saint.
Really?
No, they don't.
What's that? It's not part of the boys' club.
Well, I think back then it wasn't when he actually came about. So we're going back quite some time, because he's not even Irish. So St. Patrick's isn't Irish. He's He's from Britain.
Oh, really?
And he was taken across to Ireland as a slave.
Really?
Yep. So he was captured. He was taken into Ireland as a slave. He had a pretty horrible life. He escaped. He goes back to Britain. And he becomes a monk, and or a priest, actually, is a better word for it. And he kind of administers, and he decides, you know what, I'm going to go back into Ireland. I'm going to baptize the faithful and work with the Christians in Ireland. And he set up monasteries, and he set up schools. And, you know, there's a lot of myth and legend that he chased the snakes out of Ireland, the pagans, because the pagans...
That must have been us.
That would have been us. Yeah. He chased those nasty pagans out of Ireland, is what they say, you know, but I still survived, so I'm still here.
Well, I come from a Norwegian background, so I'm definitely was a pagan.
Yeah, so, you know, that's one of the myths. He also performed it's said that he performed the Holy Trinity on the shamrock with the 3 leaves, you know, so the Holy Trinity was represented by the clover of the 3 leaves. So the 3-leaf clover is the symbol, you see. So there's a lot of still woven into him, and he was said to incorporate a lot of the pagan traditions into Catholicism, which helped with converting, obviously, in those times. So there's a lot of myth and legend, but I think St. Patrick's Day really has become an international day of kind of celebrating the culture of Ireland, because St. Patrick's colour is actually blue, not green.
Really? Look, I found it quite an amazing place. As I said, when I was in Ireland, I channeled my first book called Magical Tales of the Forest.
Yeah, beautiful.
And my husband kept saying, but you don't know anything about fairies or goblins or gnomes. But we had these arguments about I was a professional person that knew everything about it.
Yeah.
It was incredible, the information that you can channel when you're in these
zones.
Sacred places and zones in these countries.
Yeah, because it's so rich and sacred wells.
And it's so ancient, you know, the Celtic energy is really there, isn't it?
Well, a lot of your Viking histories are interwoven through Scotland.
I'd say so, because they travelled all over, didn't they? Yeah.
And they conquered many of the lands through King Constantine and all through there. And so there's a lot of, you know, so the Emerald Isle is the reason that we actually make St. Patrick's Day green.
Right.
Even the same reason that our leprechauns are now green, because leprechauns were actually red.
So what's a leprechaun?
It's a shoemaker.
Oh, really?
A leprechaun, it comes from old...
but they're magical creatures, aren't they?
Yes,
like the
Celtic
gnomes
language. So it's 2 words. My
And because they're similar to the Fae, aren't they?
Yeah, basically they were known as a shoemaker, or the idea of a shoemaker, so a little mischief maker, and they used to make magical shoes.
Wow, what were the shoes for, Violet?
Going back into the stories with them, basically, is that's where they got their name, leprechaun. It's broken into 2 words, and so it basically represents shoemaker. But they were mischievous, little troublemakers.
Wow.
And it was said that they'd go around and, steal your shoes and play games on you and play tricks.
So they're very mischievous.
Yeah, very. Like fairies, basically.
Yeah.
The truth of
Well,
fairies.
the fairies are like that too, aren't they?
If you wander into a fairy circle, you'll be
You're in
misled.
trouble.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so lots of tokens. So here's my Get Lucky.
I get like, where do you buy all this, Violet? She's got all this trivia all the time, everyone.
There's my little magical
It says good
clover.
luck.
Yep.
Good luck.
And it's got my clover or my shamrock on the other side for me. Because the
Nice.
saying
There's a
of
little shamrock.
finding the 4-leaf clover.
I don't know if you can see it, but there's the shamrock. There you go.
And I have these all around my house, which is...
So this is for good luck.
Yes.
So do you carry this in your purse?
I have it in my pocket or in my purse. It's my little good luck.
So it helps you
ball.
land on your feet.
Yeah.
So where do you buy these? Do you sell these? Or?
No, they're just little plastic tokens I came
From
across.
where? Where the hell did you get
A
those?
long time ago, and I actually have a pile of them. I have a whole plate of them, and they're my luck tokens.
Yeah, that's hysterical.
And I've got my little clovers, and I actually put my clovers on everything, my shamrocks.
Right.
And they are my luck, So the 4-leaf clover, when I was a child, I used to spend all my hours trying to make that 3rd one a 4th.
Really?
Tearing
Oh,
it, saying, "Look, Mum, I got a 4th."
Is that like daisy chains?
Yeah.
We've all gone for 4-leaf clovers, haven't we?
Yeah.
But most of us have never found one.
No, only the.
And what are these cards you've got? Can I have a look?
This isn't a card. These are little signs I have all around my house. Have a
Oh
feel
my
of that.
God! Top of the morning. There you go. Look at that. She's right into it.
And that whole idea of luck of the Irish, right? It was actually a derogatory saying. So it was during the gold rush era.
But you're not Irish.
No, my grandmother was Irish,
Okay,
and my grandfather's side is Irish. So they were Irish traveller.
Right.
And so my mother was brought up an Irish traveller. So there's the green candles.
The
for
green
St.
candles.
Patrick's.
What's this for?
Well, because we're going to have a little burning ritual.
Right.
And here's my bag of luck. Do you want to see my Irish St. Patrick's Day money luck?
Just show that up to the viewers so they can all see how crazy you are.
Yes, I'm nuts. Here you go. So can you see my little clovers in there?
Yes.
And my little gold coins? And it's full of herbs, and I've made special green rice for this. And I've got even my little clover up here is hanging. So this is my luck bag for tomorrow that I've made. And I'm going to hang this off my door.
Right.
To bring in the good luck and bring in my ancestors and draw everything in and show them my offerings.
So am I to separate this?
Yes.
Okay, I'll just try and do
set
this
them alight.
on my peace flame that I've got going over here in the corner.
So
there we go. There's my peace candle I've got going all the time. Okay, so I'll just burn this.
And so I'm going to be using my...
Oh, here we go.
Yep, just separating them off here. So here are our little luck candles. So I've got, and I'm using green to represent the Emerald Isle and to also bring in my good fortune. So I'm really going to use St. Patrick's Day to call in my ancestors, give faith and thanks to that, and also call in my money.
In your money.
And my good fortune if it's a gambler's
So you
day.
have to use a green candle to do that.
Tomorrow you do.
So you get a green candle. Say if I haven't got a green candle.
Oh, go out and get one.
You ever say, I can tell you now, Violet, not everyone. Can you use a white candle? Or,
if you want to, yes, you can.
Yes.
Or
even those birthday cake candles, perhaps.
Oh, you can use
Those
anything like that.
candles, yeah.
Anything like that. I'd also say to you, tomorrow is a good day to have a punt, to go and have
a bet.
A spin of the fortune's wheel, like the Wheel of Fortune and the tarot.
You're not talking about the gambling, are you?
I'm suggesting
Are
that
you
for
talking
one
about
day
the
you
poker
should
machines?
throw a dice or spin a wheel because it's the luck.
It's all about luck tomorrow, is it?
Tomorrow is
St.
my
Patrick's
symbol of
Day.
luck. Yeah.
Okay, so you can go a bit crazy, can you?
You could go and have a nice, you know,
Yeah.
I'm no gambler, but go have a spin on the wheel.
All the people I know who celebrate St. Patrick's Day usually go to the pub
And have a green beer.
and have a drink.
Green in Guinness.
And don't come home till late. Yeah, as they're dragged out.
Well, have a whiskey while you're having a spin.
Right.
Get right
Okay.
into the spirit
Get
of
right
it.
into the spirit. That's incredible.
Yeah. So those are those.
Right. So,
Lovely.
so you're going to do this tomorrow, are you?
I
So
am.
can I make a wish?
You most certainly can.
There you go. Just made my
Perfect.
wish. So get your green candle tomorrow, everyone.
Yeah. Even if it is a little birthday candle, you go for it.
So what are you
Get
going to do with this, what you're talking about?
That's just going over my front door. I'm going to bring in my fairy spirits tomorrow.
So can you just show them again, the viewers, what you're doing? This is a little bag she's
I've
made
made
up. And
this.
you've got little coins, little gold coins.
And I actually it takes me about a week or so, and I make the rice specially. So I dye it. I also roll it in dried herbs that I've dried from my garden. So I've dried them all up, and I've rolled all my mints in here and all my different abundance herbs. Got aniseed, and there's juniper berry, and then I mix it with all my lovely little symbols of clover and my little gold coin offerings, my tokens, and I mix them all together, and it's been on a drying table. We've also got crystals in here. So I've got magnesite, green magnesite, and I've got some green obsidian, and they're all in here as well. So I'm going to hang that above my door tomorrow.
Right.
And I'm going to welcome in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to put a little plate of milk for the pixies to keep them away.
Right. Well, I've got a fairy garden. Have I told you about that?
No, not exactly.
I've always had a fairy garden wherever I've lived. In my old house, I used to have it at the front, and I also had it at the back. And I used to run channeling classes, and it was incredible because all the fairies would come in. So we'd all be channeling little fairies, and they all had these squeaky little voices. And I feel, fairy gardens are really good for children, aren't they?
Great energy, lots of vibration, lots of play.
And all the cats always used to
Yeah.
always go into the fairy garden. And in your fairy garden, you can make a little section up the backyard or in your yard, or you can even put it in a pot if you live in a flat.
Yeah, you can
And
put
you
a
just
nice
put
pot
coloured
in.
lights around it.
Even
and-
hanging your wind chimes, little light catchers.
Yeah, something to connect to the elemental energy, the earth spirits, the fairies, the undines, and all the beautiful elementals.
Yeah,
So it's
lovely.
really good to have a little fairy garden, and also that gives you good luck.
It does. And
It's very healing.
yeah, and you want to bring in all those big, beautiful insects and get
And
them
children
going.
love it. And it's good for the inner child within. That's us. Have a bit of fun, sort of kick your feet up. And then I always remember I'd have a water feature near it.
Oh, very nice.
Because it was actually near a fish pond I had
Yeah,
back in the
lovely.
day. But you can have a bird bath.
Yep, little bird
Because
bath.
Water's very good for undines or fairies in your yard, because fairies really love rocky pools or water features, and that's what attracts the fairies, the little fairies or the undines.
Yeah.
And so you should have that near your fairy garden. And what happens is it actually brings you, when you work with nature energy or elemental energy, it's very good for manifesting.
Yes, it is.
Desires.
Changes the entire energy zones around you.
And around the fairy gardens, they used to have like little gnomes. Those little gnomes you can
I
buy?
have them everywhere in
Yeah.
my garden, my gnomes.
I know it sounds incredible. When you use your incredible imagination, you can actually hear them talking, like the gnomes, the little gnomes, gnome energy. I sort of put them on the outside of the fairy garden. And, I might even have them at the front of the house to keep away awful people.
I do. I have a couple at my front door, and I have them around my garden. They're guardians. The gnome
That's
is
right.
the guardian.
And remember that story you told me about, you actually had a real life gnome living in your garden.
I did.
Remember
Well,
that?
it was as I was looking for my new house.
Mm-hmm.
And every house I went to, I kept seeing these gnomes looking at me from the front porch everywhere I went. And
You could feel their little eyes.
And I thought, this is really weird. Everywhere I go, I've got this gnome. And then I went home, and there was this big spirit sort of standing there. But he was gnome very much gnome-like.
Right, so he was
And-
quite tall, was he?
He appeared to me quite tall.
Because
or
these
as-
beings are only very little.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
appeared to me as kind of a presence. So I
Mm.
think he was trying to project himself.
Well, they're shapeshifters like the undines and the fairies, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what I realised is every house that I went to had a gnome that I was looking, and I would never get the house.
Right.
Would never get the house.
That's incredible because it didn't want you to leave.
He didn't want me moving forward. And
Well-
so I spoke to Kerrie and she was like, you're going to have to break up with your house.
Mm.
And so I had to do this whole thing where I actually broke up with my house, and I realised
Well,
how
tell them
traumatic
how to do that.
it was.
You talk to your house.
I did. I had this conversation with my house.
That's right.
And I realised that me and my house, I loved it.
Mm.
And I had all this love for it.
And your house loved you.
And it loved me. And I had this big gnome who was looking after me, who didn't want me to go anywhere.
Exactly. And that's like breaking up with a boyfriend.
Yeah. Because I had a big garden at my old house, and I used to clean it and nourish it. And so he wanted me to stay to keep working on his garden.
Well, it's like romantic love,
Mm.
isn't it?
And well, it was with that garden. I was in love with it.
Yes, and it was in love with you too.
So we had a bit of a breakup, and it was very traumatic.
Yes. Okay, that's interesting, isn't it? Also, you know, for the fairy garden, it's very good to have large, you know, these beautiful stones that you find near the water, you know, the beach.
Yeah,
They're
lovely
flat, they're big and
energy.
round. I have quite a few of those. I brought them back from an island in Greece called Kythera, and I've got them throughout the house, and they're very, very powerful because Kythera was the island of, what was her name? You know, Helen of Troy.
Oh, wow.
Kythera was the island of Helen of Troy.
Mm.
So that's where, you know, the history, you know, the
Yes,
story
the
of Helen of
great
Troy.
beauty.
Yes, and also, you know, the great love that she
Since
had.
1,000 ships.
Yes, with Paris, wasn't it?
Yes,
You know, back in the
yeah.
that, you know, I love all those.
It's the
sort of-
Odyssey.
those stories, yeah. Anyway, so I found these big stones on the beach, and they were amazing. And they were all very heart shaped like a heart. They
Like
were
a
beautiful.
hagstone.
Incredible. I haven't got one
Beautiful.
here on the desk at the moment, but I've
Look
got it
at,
on my altar.
Kelly Johnson there's just said she bought a crystal the other day, Kerrie, and noticed she had a fairy in it. And she's never,
Nice.
she said, I haven't had experiences with them before.
It sounds like the fairy energy want to work with you.
Isn't that nice?
So it might be a good idea for you to build a fairy garden. And if you don't live in a house, you just make a pot, put it on your front porch. You can just symbols, little symbols, and that will attract the fairy energy.
Yeah, 100%. And
Yeah.
it really does change the vibration of your home.
It does, and it's fun because fairies are very fun and they're shapeshifters.
Yeah,
So they can sort of move around a lot.
yeah, they do. They take different.
And they like to ride on birds, you know,
Yeah,
the
they
sylphs of the
do.
world. They like to ride on the back of birds,
Yeah.
fairies.
They
So
do.
it's, you know, it's an incredible world.
Oh, look at it. It's amazing. And I feed the birds down the back of our house underneath the great tree,
Mm.
which Kerrie saw before I moved. She said, oh, you're going to move into a place with 2 trees. And I do. I have these 2 big trees at the back of my garden,
Yeah.
which is where I built the energy. And it's amazing.
It's amazing. But, you know, getting back to the house, if you're moving, you can't go. You light a candle, you walk around the house and you say, thank you, house, for looking after me and my family, but it's time for you to let go because we're all moving on and someone else will come in to help you.
That's right. So true. And it worked like magic.
Right.
Literally was a magic spell she gave me. That's
So-
the witch.
When you think about St. Patrick Day, it kind of reminds you of the fairies
It does.
in a way because Ireland is so full of, it's very Celtic and it's so full of stories, isn't it?
I always...
To be sure.
To be sure.
Because the
to be
Irish
sure.
are always telling stories, aren't they?
They're very
Yeah.
good linguists. They're very good charmers.
They certainly are.
They got great stories. I'd sit and mind you, my nan was like, she could really, oof, you know, you didn't want to get on the
You
wrong
wouldn't want to
side
get
of
on the
her.
wrong side, but I think there's a lot of old people like that, isn't
Yeah,
there? Like,
yeah. But it is. It's
our
magical.
mothers.
Always the histories.
That's right. Okay, I think it's time to move on. So
Yep.
I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you all light your green candles tomorrow, and also keep a candle going for the Ukraine. You know, we
yeah.
have to help our brothers and sisters.
Peace to
And
everyone.
prayer is the most powerful energy in the world,
Yes.
and its love is much stronger than negative energy.
And go down and have a whiskey on Kerrie and I and have a spin.
And have a fun. Okay, so I think it's time for one card readings
I
now,
think
wouldn't
so
you say?
too. Let's
You
have
ready?
a look.
Okay,
let's see
let's
what
see.
we've got happening here. I saw someone already saying
Okay, there you go.
Let's see, Michelle Williams. Okay, oh gosh, let's see. Michelle, we've got the Wheel of Fortune and Justice came out together for you.
Wow.
So everything's really starting to take a turn for the better and
starting to move, yes.
lean into your favor. So we're seeing some great big changes and energy coming for you.
Interesting. Who we got next?
Amy Vass.
Right, Amy. Amy, you've got the Empress. So you're going to come in a time of great abundance. I feel there's something new coming for you. It could be a project or something very creative. It's actually a very abundant time. Look, I feel also there may have been a bit of worry around you. I feel it's really important for you now to really concentrate on yourself and what you want and where you want to go, because I can see you're starting to get very restless. So there is something beautiful that's about to happen for you, but it's about sort of knowing what you want and putting it out there and pulling it in. So you're coming into a very abundant time because you've got the Empress. And also other people who get this, often it can mean a birth in the family.
I've got a Fiona Laurel.
There you go.
Oh, Fiona. You've got the Hanged Man sitting there. It's a time to take the situation and step back and look at it differently. So often where our energy says that we want to rush forward and make rapid changes, this is not a time of that. It's actually saying to you right now, Fiona, you need to kind of step away from things and have a better look at it. In fact, try and look at it from a very different perspective. There's something here that keeps coming up around your home, and I would just say to you, we need a bit of perspective, and I think you need a bit of time out to review which direction you want to go in properly. Don't make any rash decisions.
Right. Okay, this is for Deidre Cormack. Deidre, you've got the moon card. I feel, look, when I pick this up, I feel that you're a person that you worry about everyone all the time. And there's a bit of confusion around you of what you can do with these horrible situations that you're in, sort of. And I feel there may be someone with an illness around you, so you're not sure what to do, where to go, what to say, that sort of thing. But you really need to do what's best for you. Instead of thinking about everyone else, you really need to start to think of you, because it's almost like you're weighed down with everyone around you. Also, I do feel that you've got a lot of people in the spirit world. I feel definitely a sister who's coming around you, and I feel she may be having a few issues or problems with one of her daughters. One of her daughters is what I'm getting. So you may have to step in or have a talk to her or something. And it's like you're sort of like the peacekeeper of everyone. You sort of connect everyone in your family with your brothers and your sisters. It's kind of like everyone relies on you. So don't overextend yourself. Start to think about yourself. And also there may be some time away around the Easter break.
Okay. Tracy McDonald, I'm loving the shamrocks. Have you noticed they've all got their shamrock emojis?
Hope they're wearing green tonight.
Yeah.
Because we're wearing green.
Kerrie managed to go full green. I've got a little bit happening because I don't want to get pinched. Because if you don't wear green on St. Patrick's Day, you deserve a pinch.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's the custom.
All these rules you have, seriously.
Okay, Tracy McDonald, the world is spinning for you. So we've got those lovely 4 quadrants happening here. And that means that really energy is starting to pick up and we're starting to see you move. I actually keep getting the word around you that travel. I think you're actually about to do some physical movement, not just sit there in your armchair anymore. So something's coming up that's actually seeing you make some forward movements in the physical sense.
Leisha, this is for you. This is the Tower card. I feel you've got some big changes around you. It might seem sort of yucky in the beginning, but I feel this is a welcome card in a way because it really sort of gets you going. So you may have been stuck and not knowing what to do or lots of things going on, but this is going to go. This is like a BAM card. BAM. Or a bang card, I have to say. Look, around you also, I feel that there's a male figure in the spirit world. I feel it could be a father figure. And I feel he may have had cancer is what I'm getting. There's someone in the spirit world around you. And they're saying that you need to look after your health more.
Deanna Alex, I hope I've said that right. Deanna, you've got the Magician now. I love this card. The Magician energy is stepping forward, and its message for you today is you have all the tools at your disposal. So you have everything you need right now. You don't need to keep looking or doing some more work or doing this or trying to climb another hill. It's saying you need to trust yourself that you've got all the tools and actually use the skills you've got to make that next step forward.
Right. Okay. This is for Veronica H. You've actually got the Strength card. So I feel you may have been through quite a few trials and tribulations, but I feel it's kind of almost like Spirit's giving you a lucky break at the moment, and I feel things are really starting to work out for you. Also, you're very psychic and you're very knowing, but I feel that you really need to use more protection with what you do, because I feel sometimes you may go through highs and lows in your life and with your emotional body, so you need to protect yourself more, especially with what you're doing with your psychic world and all that sort of thing. But you're very strong, and you actually seem to be, things are actually working for you, Veronica. Finally, like, you're getting breakthroughs, you're doing really well, and you're actually on a high, but you're very emotional, so you really need to bring in that protection. It's like wrapping a beautiful white light of love around you, and also having what we call a blue cloak, because you're like an empath. You're so sensitive, you're picking up other people's emotions, and what they're telling me is that sometimes it affects you big time, is what I'm getting.
Lovely. Zuhal, I saw for you.
Okay, Sue.
And we've got Temperance, Sue. So this is for Zuhal or Sue. This is Temperance, okay? And this to me is really about a time of balance. It's a time for you that it's actually asking you just to go a little bit slower, to kind of just find a bit more harmony in things, not push yourself as hard as you do. You're supposed to be taking the weight off your shoulders and not adding more on. So this is about balance, and I'm going to suggest that you really need to put some balanced steps back into your life, Sue.
Okay, this is for David O'Keefe. David's worried about, will he sell his house soon? I'm definitely getting, yes, I'm getting a period of 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months. I'm seeing more 3 months is what I'm getting. And also you may be having another idea, well, should we wait till next year? But I get, no, you'll sell it this year. At the moment, you feel like you're the hangman, like nothing's happening. It's almost like all your power's being taken off you. You feel, and you're out of control. But actually it's a time for you to take a pause and think about your new life, what you want to do, how you want to live it, and who you are, because you've become very lost in that. You actually have become very lost, David, in your life with direction and where you want to go with yourself, because you're always sort of looking after everybody else. And I feel that you may have a mother or a female person in the spirit world who comes around you who is very loving. I'm being told it's your grandmother. You got a grandmother. I feel she may have had heart problems and very strong character. She's saying David always looks after everyone. So there you go. You've got to be safe, and she's going to help you.
Dana Harris. When we won't forget you, because you put so many up there. Beautiful.
I'll have to give Dana a reading, yes.
So here you go, Dana. You've got the Justice card. Okay, so I guess that right now it literally comes through that you're really looking for an answer to a question. And it seems to be you're a bit of an overthinker, because it seems to keep pushing through your vibration massively.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going to say to you, outcomes are headed in your favor. Outcomes are going to work out for you at the moment. There is a big sort of change or push coming forward that I keep hearing is coming from your work sector, career sector. And I'll just say to you, stick to your path. Things are working out just as they're supposed to. Okay?
Okay. The other thing I want to say with Dana is that you really need to try and meditate.
She's got
because you've got a very overactive mind, and you think you highs and lows. Your mind's very fast. And I don't know if you suffer from depression or, you get down a lot. So it's about keeping yourself emotionally stable. So I feel meditation and, prayer, meditation, and also taking walks in nature would be very good for you, is what I'm getting. Okay, we've got who's that?
Samuel TC needs a girlfriend, I think that says. Can I have a card, please?
Oh, what's he saying?
Card, please, need
he
GF.
Wants a girlfriend.
So I'm assuming that's what it means.
You can have him. I think he's talking to you.
No, Samuel.
You could be his girlfriend.
Here you go. No, Samuel, here we go, darling. You've
You're
got
very
my
good
card,
with kids.
Magician.
Yeah.
So when we look at this is saying yet again, you've got the skill set. You've got the whole ball game happening. You're ready to go, buddy. It's time to just trust yourself and step out there with that confidence and know that you're in the right place. And basically all your paths are opening up. And I would say to you, April seems to be a really powerful month for you moving forward. So just trust the energy is moving in the right direction, Samuel. Magician, you can't go wrong.
Okay, this is Wendy Wu. She's saying that she had a dream that she met Jesus.
Ooh.
And well, the first thing I'm getting is I feel that it sounds like you've got a new guide coming in. It's the first thing I'm getting. You know, when you have dreams about archetypes like Jesus or
Mm,
Mary or something, it's spirits actually talking to you and telling you that you're actually going through a shift in your consciousness, Wendy. So this is about you sort of grounding that energy and spending time to meditate, as I said, and to other people, because you're actually going to a new phase in your life. And when you actually step into your powers, things will come to you more easily. Instead of running after things, you'll actually start to learn how to draw the energy into you. And that's how you manifest, you know. And as I said, you know, when you spend time in nature, you're calming your body and you're able to receive things more,
mm,
because nature really clears. Nature, when you're walking, you look after yourself and you're healthy, you're more open to abundance and, you know, manifestation in the natural world, because
absolutely.
there's positive energies coming to you. And, you know, really there's no reason why we cannot have exactly what we need in life,
No,
because
absolutely
with a
not.
positive mindset and, you know, healthy lifestyle and good food and looking after yourself, the more you nurture yourself, the more you'll receive, seriously.
It is
And
so
that's how
true.
energy works. But there's big openings for you, so there you go. So I feel that you've got a change in consciousness.
Sharon Timbers, Irish luck card, please. Just for you, my dear. Here we go. We've got the Hierophant sitting there. So this is seeking out the mentor. It's seeking out that sort of guidance or instruction card stepping forward. So someone in a place of authority is about to give you a helping hand and about to lead you to the next stage of what you require. So you've got some valuable advice coming your way by someone in a position of power.
Okay, who we got next? Megan Benjamin. Hi, Kerrie. I speak with my mum again. We had falling out 3 months ago. Look, the first thing I'm getting you for is yes. You know, sometimes you've got the sun card here, so there are waves of optimism coming up. Look, I had a massive fight with my mother the other night too. And I didn't speak to her, and then I found out someone was sick in the family, so I sort of rang her, and it was like nothing had happened. With your mother, though, I'm hearing time out, Sharon, time out, Kimmy and Sharon, that sort of thing, you know.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's good to take time out and really sort of think about what happened and what was going on. And it's almost like you really need. Look, your mum does love you, but you really need to think about yourself and your own personal actions and what's going on, instead of sort of blaming everyone. You know, so when you take personal responsibility, you'll start to make the steps of what you need to do. And so that's talking about the sun card. It's saying a time of clarity, a time of wisdom, and a time of renewal.
Yes, I agree. I think that was lovely. There was a Caitlin there
Mm-hmm.
who needed a card. I saw her and she
Okay,
put
well,
up.
there she goes. I picked it for you.
Okay, Caitlin, here you go. I saw your Irish shamrocks happening, so
All the shamrock lovers are attracted to you.
I've got to go
Yeah.
with you. You know,
Yeah.
you put green up. You're speaking to me. So
Beautiful.
here you go, Caitlin. I'll give you the star, my love. And what a better card to get. I mean, this is a star leading you forward. It's basically the light that shines to guide us on the right path. And I do believe and I do hear for you that there is a path change happening around you. So I think you are about to step into a bit of a different cycle, and you can probably feel that energy just sort of under your feet edging you forward at the moment. With you, I can feel like it's just a bit of a push. It's like it's time to do the next thing now. I've got a list of things to get through and the time is now. I feel that we've got some major changes happening for you in those sectors.
And I think she's won the book, hasn't she?
Oh.
So what was her name?
Caitlin was her name.
So Caitlin, you really need to contact us, inbox us and give us your address, and we'll send off your book prize tonight.
Yeah,
like
she's loaded us with her shamrocks.
Oh, good.
And
so you're having fun with us. That's a good thing.
They all got them happening tonight.
Oh, that's good.
So they were all jumped into this
there's
competition.
only one lucky one tonight, but next time.
I do believe we're going to have a big competition coming.
Right. And what's
from
that?
what I've heard.
Mm-hmm.
So we do have the show coming up at Bankstown Sports.
The Mother's Day show on the 8th of March.
April. Aren't you on
March.
April? Oh.
No, it's not March. It's May. My God.
Yeah, I was going to say to you, We're not in
Yeah,
March.
it's May. It's Mother's Day special. You know, take your mum there, take your friends, have lunch there, have dinner, whatever. It's I think it's a 2:30 show, so
It is. It
it'll
is
be
at
great.
2:30.
We're going to have giveaways and whatever. We always have a fun time, don't we?
Bankstown Sports Club. Now, we have posted up to Facebook since everyone's been asking about the link to buy tickets.
Mm-hmm.
Do jump in and buy your tickets from the link. Now, if you're going through Instagram on Kerrie's page, you just copy and paste. It says copy and paste this link into your browser and it'll take you to Bankstown Sports webpage where you can just click and book. Now, we found out that you can use your Dine and Discover vouchers.
Whoa, that's like half the ticket, half
Yep.
the price.
So you can actually apply them to your ticket and come along and join us on the evening. And we're going to have some prizes running on the night. And we've also got a like, share incentive that'll be going up to our Facebook and Instagram page. So
And you'll have all your products there, won't you?
I will have some of
so
the
you can have,
products. And
so you can buy some of Violet's witchy poo things. You know.
I'll have some special magical concoctions
Oh
for
my
the
God,
evening.
I have. Well, it's actually helped me a lot, haven't you? With
You
her
know,
cauldron.
my boiling cauldron
That's
keeps
right.
things going. But do make sure you jump on and book tickets. They are selling, so jump in there.
So what was it again? The government.
It is the Dine and Discover vouchers. Now you go to Service New South Wales if you've got the app, which most people have because of your what you need to do.
50% off.
And you can actually just take that code, you go over, follow the ticket, then you can apply it through Bankstown Sports.
But it's going to be a fabulous show and people love it. There's music, laughter, lots of things happening.
And it's a magnificent venue.
Oh, it reminds me of Las Vegas.
It really is a giant venue with so do come early, do go and have dinner, and then catch the show. Make a afternoon of it, a day of it, because it's really worthwhile there. Okay.
We've got one more card that I'm going to call out, and this is for Vicky Price. She's sort of been sitting. We haven't done her yet.
Okay, no, we
No,
haven't.
we've got Vicky Price. You've actually got the High Priestess. So, Vicky, I feel that you're pretty switched on and your intuition is getting stronger and stronger. And I feel like you may also be going to another level. Like, I feel you've always been very insightful. You're kind of very knowing. And you may help a lot of people, just even on the telephone. But they're telling me that you're going to another level. It's like you're going up a notch.
Yes.
And often that happens in life, you think, because when you're on the spiritual path, it goes into different levels. I started off at 17 at the spiritualist church and it just grow and grow and grow and grow, get stronger, stronger, because spirit takes you in so many directions and you never know it all, Vicky. So, yeah, you're going into another growth is what I'm saying.
That is so true. So we better get into it because I can see you guys have put so many questions here for Kerrie.
So
I'm going to just put my head down and Kerrie's going to take over so we can get on to them all.
Okay, so you can stay there. You can stay here.
I'm going to move to the side though.
You sure?
Yes, because I'm going to...
Okay. We've got Stacey Lee. Is that a gin?
Yes.
Stacey Lee Gin. Is my online boyfriend my true love? Okay, with you, Stacey, I feel the first thing I have to say, you're a bit of a gambler. You're a bit of a gambler. And I feel that you're kind of looking for love. You've got doubts there, and that sort of worries me because when you're in doubt, no, right? It's almost too good to be true. Look, I feel you've got a bit of a past where it's been very tough on you and, there's been a lot of sadness there. But I don't know about this new love. I'm not sure. I don't know if it's going to go the full, it's a lot of fun now. It's a lot of fun, but I just feel, I don't know if he's just come out of another relationship or he's just breaking up with someone, but this new guy, I feel it's more like a friendship. I don't feel it will be full on because there's too many doubts there. And, Stacey, let's face it, you do attract a certain type of person where you're always helping them. So you need to think a bit more for yourself. Okay, Shelley Barclay. Will my health be improving? I've been quite ill lately. I really feel, Shelley, that your energy is very, very low and it's very depressing and exhausting. And I feel you've been like this for a while. They're telling me, though, in the next couple of weeks, I feel that, I don't know if you're planning on sort of doing any sort of, positive meditations or sort of, they're talking about going within, because I feel that, I do feel that you will have some sort of reprieve is what I'm saying. And it sort of be an end to all this horrible. It's like a build-up of darkness around you. And it's, you know, it's horrible because you've just got no energy. It's just one thing after the other. You really need to have fresh air where you sleep too, is what they're saying. And make sure you're looking after yourself and you're eating good food, and try and sit in the sunshine, is what they're saying. Because I feel definitely you'll have some sort of reprieve that's coming up. And I feel that you may definitely have an improvement before winter. Okay, Dana Harris, will I find a man soon, please? You, Dana, it's sort of like you're looking for Mr. Goodbar a lot of the times, because you meet these guys and they don't seem to last, because I feel that you kind of jump in. You jump in too fast is what I'm getting. I feel that you need to slow it down because you don't really get to meet anyone. So I feel that's it's like you push things, Dana. So you need to hold yourself back a bit, because I feel that you sort of align yourself with you got what I'm getting is it's the old fashioned, you've got to play hard to get, because you're sort of jumping in, you're sort of rushing is what I'm getting. So you need to slow it down. And because it's very disappointing. You meet these guys and they end up to be exactly not what you're looking for, and it causes great confusion and upset. So you need something that's much more steadier. I don't know what you do, but I feel there's some sort of new direction coming up for you, and it could be some sort of something. It's either some sort of part-time work, or it's some sort of voluntary thing where you're going to meet socially more people and sort of get out there more in the world, because I feel that you've been very isolated for a very long time and it's very hard for you to meet people. Okay, who have we got now? Michelle William. Okay, Michelle Williams, she's saying, I'm missing my sister, hoping she may have a message from me. We are doing her, what's that?
Internment, her funeral arrangement.
Next Tuesday. Is she happy with our... Look, the first thing I'm getting is yes. I feel your sister's kind of laughing in a way, and she's just saying she doesn't want you to... She's a person that she was very lovely, loved the family is what she's saying. And she was a very affectionate girl. She's got a lot of affection for her family. And, you know, she's just saying that everything you're doing is wonderful is what I'm getting. Also, I don't know whether she had a love of flowers, because I see flowers around her. And I feel, especially roses, flowers that are sweet smelling is what I'm getting. And you've got to stop worrying if she's okay, because I feel very much she's at peace now. Before she died, she's saying that she sort of came to terms with everything in her life, and she was at peace with herself. Also, there's a lady in the spirit world. I think it could be someone that was very close to her, very loving. It could be a grandmother is what I'm getting, who she may have been close to when she was younger, so she's not alone. Also, I'm hearing pop or grandfather around her as well. And she's just saying that, you know, she's looking forward to, and she loves the way you dressed her too, is what she's saying, the way you dressed her. She's thanking you for making her look good. And it's almost like it's going to be a big celebration, and she can't wait for the event. She's sort of hanging around till sort of it happens. But she's at peace now, and she's telling me her passing, in the end, it was very fast and she went very quickly. So she was grateful for that. There you go. Quite sad, isn't it, when that
Very
happens?
sad.
Tracy McDonald. Kerrie, is my son heading back to jail? Concern, please. Look, Tracy, with your son, the first thing I'm get is that I feel that he's a person that he learns things the hard way. And he's had a very rough trot, because he seems to get into one trouble and then he gets back again. Look, I feel he's definitely been in jail and he doesn't want to go there, but I feel if he does go to jail, which I'm feeling that could be, I feel it's a 50-50 thing is what I'm getting. It's like he won't be staying there for long. It's just that he just seems to be in a rut and he doesn't think things out clearly. And I just feel he's had a very tough life, but, you know, he's actually learned a lot is what I'm getting. I definitely see police around him is what I'm getting. So I do feel that he may have to go back to jail, but I don't feel he'll stay for long is what I'm getting. And he's sort of, I feel that he's learned his lessons. I just feel he's one of these souls that chose to those very tough lessons. But, you know, he's sort of got a heart of gold, even though he does have that sort of criminal sort of activity, what he gets involved with. He makes rash decisions. I feel he's got a heart of gold, your son, is what I have to say. Veronica, lots of changes around me. Am I on the right path now? Look, I feel study around you, Veronica, is what I'm saying. I think I gave you a reading before. At the moment, you're a little bit exhausted. So you need to really sort of pace yourself a little bit more because you're trying to do too many things all at once. it's like you're rushing, but you're doing really well. I feel there may be some study for you, and also they're talking about work and, you know, socializing, because you're very a socializing person. It's just that I feel that your life was very, very slow for a very, very long time, and now everything's like a rush and you're sort of moving. I think it's exciting. I feel also new friendships for you, and I'm getting that you're going to have great outcomes. Just slow down a bit, don't stress yourself, and pace yourself a little bit more, and maybe have one night a week or a couple of nights a week where you stay home and you really look after yourself and nurture yourself. I don't know if you do photography, but I feel that could be a really good habit for you to do later in life, because I feel you have a great detail for detail for images is what I'm getting. So, you know, sort of things you might see, photography might be good for you later on, because I feel that you're quite a creative person. You'll get a lot of satisfaction from that. David O'Keefe, will we sell our home soon? I answered that before. I feel yes, you will, David. Not to worry. I'm getting 3 again, 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months. I definitely see a sale, and you're going to be very happy with the result. And I see a new sort of lifestyle coming for you, which you're going to be happy about. So don't worry, David O'Keefe. You're going to be fine. So thumbs up, be positive. Things are really starting to move for you finally. Lily Barclay, my mum passed 2 weeks ago. Any messages, please? I miss her. Lily, the first thing I want to say is I feel whatever your mother, I feel she was very, very weak, very, very weak. And also I feel she may have had a dry mouth. I get a very dry mouth when I tune into her. So she's telling me she was exhausted. She's also talking about the breathing issues. I feel the heart may have been affected towards the end of her life, because I feel that I've got chest pain, and even though she had other complications, is what she's saying. She's talking about her hair. I know it sounds ridiculous, but her hair, like she used to always take pride in her hair or whatever, and towards the end of her life, it's sort of like it was in disarray, is what she's saying. Lily was a lovely lady, your mum, and she's telling me that she liked the simple things in life. And she's telling me that you've been going through a lot of changes in your life, and not to worry, you need to sort things out, is what she's saying. And also there may be some sort of move coming up for you eventually, which will be really good for you, because you've been like a quandrum for a very long time. So she's talking about changes around you coming up, and it'll be very good for you. And she wants you to not feel sorry for yourself or stay at home and be depressed, because that's now, life is about living is the answer for you. Okay, Gillian Fosker. Will work settle down? There's a woman I find so hard to work with. Yeah, pick her up. She's what you call one of those bitches in life. And she's, you know how we sometimes attract people in our life that, I don't know, they treat us really bad for some reason. They feel they have the power to do that. When that situation happens, there's an exercise you can do called cutting the ties. It's on my website, and it's in the audio section. It's called Cutting the Ties, and I really feel you need to do that, and also protect yourself, because she's quite a monster. I pick her up like a bully, so you really need to protect yourself. I feel, though, is what they're saying, I feel that you may make a move, or you may not be working in the same department as her, or make a move away from her, because she's really a really nasty person. And they're saying that I'm being told that I feel you've got an auntie, and that older auntie in the spirit world. I'm looking to a lady, and she's saying that she gives you a really hard time, and she picks on you all the time, but she does it to everyone, is what I'm getting. And no matter what you say or do, nobody does anything, because she's a person of power. So I feel kind of you may be moving away to another section, is what I'm getting. I don't see you putting up that forever, because she's not just with you, she's with everyone. She's just a nasty person who doesn't have a life, and often we have those people, and you don't understand. You think, well, why doesn't that person like me? I don't even know them, you know. I've actually had someone ring me up and say, I hate your guts, to me in a working situation. I thought, really? I don't even know you.
Yeah.
It's because
Shocking.
there's people talk about us who don't know us, and there's jealousy, and
It's that
crazy
idea of making assumptions. You don't
Yeah.
know someone.
You
and
don't know
you're
someone, but you
assuming.
think you know them. You've never even had a conversation with them.
Mm-hmm.
And I just couldn't believe it when this person did that to me, telling me, I hate your guts. You go, I beg your pardon. You know, I've been working for you for 8 years, and you can say that?
Mm-hmm.
So, wow, that's, who knows where that came from, because I don't even know that lady. So there you go. Okay, Stephanie. Stephanie, how do you pronounce that?
Asgarv.
I lost my dad recently. It's his funeral tomorrow. Are there any messages from him? I don't know. I feel the first thing I'm getting is the first thing I'm getting is that he's very aware that his funeral's tomorrow, and he's telling me he's definitely going to be there. I don't know, he's talking about a car, something about selling a car or something like that is what he's saying. And he's telling me everything's very well organised is what he's getting. And he's thinking there's going to be there's family, there's friends and that, and he's really looking forward to it. I don't know if there's been any ill talk in the family, or it could be your friendships he's talking about, but he's just saying that you need to clear it, because I feel you may have had a misunderstanding or a miscommunication with someone in your life, and you really need to clear that is what he's saying, because it's making you very sad and upsetting you, Stephanie, is what he's saying. So can you please do that? He's telling me he was sick for a long time. Susan Strachan. My younger son has anxiety with school. Any advice? Look, I feel with your son, I feel he's had this anxiety for a very long time, and I feel that this school may not be the right school for him, is what I'm saying, because I just feel it's not a very nice environment. So I feel you need to talk to him about, or talk to people about where else you can put him, because I don't feel he feels safe in this place, and it's been going through a long time, and I feel that he it's like talking to deaf ears is what I'm getting. And it's like he doesn't want to go to school, and it really upsets him. And I feel it's something that's happened by other peers is what I'm getting. But I do feel you'll sort this out with a woman, and things will change. So there are changes coming in this situation. I just feel it's gone on for too long, the poor kid. And also I feel counselling will be really good for him, and I feel he will be doing that, and that will help with his anxiety problems. He's actually a very smart boy. He's very switched on, very gentle soul, and I feel he's going to do great things with his life is what I'm getting. I can feel that he's a beautiful spiritual person. He's going to do great things with his life, but I feel these struggles of harassment and bullying and anxiety is actually teaching him to become a stronger person. Leisha Light, can you explain the Tower card? It came up for me. Leisha, the Tower card is actually talking about you're going to be making changes, and these changes which come up for you, I feel that they may be not exactly what you want, but out of bad change, or out of a change comes something very good for you. And I feel a happiness at the end. It's like I said before, I was rung up and said, oh, you're a horrible person, I hate your guts, blah, blah, blah. I didn't even know the person. It's a work environment. But, you know, as soon as I left, within a couple of weeks, I got another job straight away. So sometimes one door closes and another door opens. That's all we're saying. It's not a negative thing. It's just a little bit of a shake-up that may be coming, that you may be going through, but you're going to be okay, so don't worry. Deanna Alexo, I have a few procedures coming up, and I'm feeling what? And I'm failing my studies.
No, I'm finishing
my studies. Am I going to? Look, the first thing I'm going is, yes, you will be okay. The procedures are something that I may have been on hold for a while, and I feel that the doctor who's going to be working on you is actually very, very good, and I feel that you're going to be very pleased with the outcomes. And it's just like you've had so much going on, so much going on. And I feel that there may be a change in your career later on. So you're going to understand that everything you've been going through is for a reason and a season, so to speak. So don't worry about it, okay? Okay, Kelly Johnson, will I meet new friends soon? With you, Kelly, I feel that you've actually stepped away from some negative people is what I'm getting, and it's a really good thing, because I did that years ago when I was really got onto the spiritual path. I wrote a list of every single person I knew, and everybody I felt sorry for, I never saw them again, because they're what you call the poor me's of the world. Yes. And so they suck your energy, and they're only concerned with themselves. And then for a while I was very lonely, and that's what you do, you know, when you clear out your clutter. It's like anything. When you're clearing out your clutter, you're releasing the negative chi, aren't you? Or the negative energy. You're releasing it out of your life. And I feel you had to do that, and sort of starting again is quite exciting, because I feel you'll start to meet more like-minded people. And it's what my father always used to say, when you get older, you only have as many people on your fingers as friends. Yes. All the crowd seems to go. It does. Doesn't it? It does. All the extras leave your path. Anyone not meant to be there leaves. Will leave, and then someone else will step in, won't they? And how many times have we done that? Yeah. how many times. It's quite incredible, isn't it?
Oh, constantly
Yes.
life is changing.
Yeah, so
Forward
don't be
motion.
afraid of change, everyone, because, you know, we've got so many big changes in the world. And I know it's very hard seeing the hardship of the war and the refugees, but keep praying, keep sending out that beautiful light and love to the people of Ukraine who are going through the war. And because love is the most powerful energy in the world, and it's more powerful than negative energy, isn't it?
It is. It most definitely
Tenfold.
is.
Mm.
Now, we've had a few people ask, where can they get this book?
Well, that book is actually out of print, but I do have copies. So if anybody wants to buy this book, it's just $20 and postage is what I'm getting. But I'm the only, but I do sell these at shows.
So we will have, what we will do for the Mother's Day show is I will sit down there with some of Kerrie's books too, and I'm sure I can twist Kerrie's arm into signing some up for the evening.
I'll be also giving books away in the show like we always do.
And
it's like a carnivale event.
So you can purchase some if you're coming to the Mother's Day show. If you can't make it and you really want this copy because it's a beautiful book, just DM Kerrie after the show, and so we can organise getting a copy out to you, okay? All right, everyone, I hope that helps you all. Yes. And I hope you're all going to go and create a plate of gold coins and lucky charms tonight and get your best green on for tomorrow.
Yeah. Leprechauns.
Or otherwise,
magic.
I'm getting my pinching fingers ready for everyone not
really?
dressed.
Are you going to have a green beer tomorrow, Violet? I have to ask.
I can't drink the alcohol,
no,
unfortunately.
We don't drink. We were talking about that before. We just have one drink and we're dead.
Yeah.
We're not winos. Look, my favourite drink is a margarita.
Oh,
but I can only have one drink. One drink, that's it.
Margarita is very nice, I must say.
Yeah, but we're not drinkers because people that are often psychic can't drink or take drugs because it affects your energy.
I'm out like a light. I'm absolutely out like a light.
We're called boring, boring old ladies.
I was telling Kerrie I had one glass of wine with my sister and that was it. I was done. I was ready for bed.
There you go. Okay, well, thanks everyone for joining, and tune in next time. And you know, if you've got a question, just persevere. We'll get to you. I don't do any free readings on Instagram or Facebook.
No.
And for payment, anybody who wants a reading with me or Violet, you just get onto our websites.
Yeah, no one is soliciting. Like Kerrie and myself, we don't go around soliciting people.
You're asking, you know,
for readings.
No, we don't do that.
Or saying, come with us, we'll give you a magic cure. That
well,
doesn't
there's a lot
happen.
of scammers.
Yeah,
there's a lot of scammers out there, and they say, look, Kerrie, I've just received you know, I get 500 reports about I've just received, you know, you telling me you're going to give me, you pay into this account. I go, no, sorry, don't do that. All bookings are off my website.
Yeah, so as soon as you see anything like that, please report it it's better if you report it directly to Facebook and Instagram so they can go after the people perpetuating that. But please know, Kerrie does not chase you around and ask you for your bank details.
That's for sure. So, you know, you can tell because usually they've got spelling mistakes.
Yep.
You know, have you noticed that?
Yeah, it's slightly different.
You know, and you know how many followers I've got if you get onto my Instagram, but then you get on there, they've got quite a lot less.
Yep.
And what they do, you know, they're horrible. They're horrible, aren't they?
It's dreadful. What's awful is we can have a chuckle about it, but it's horrible if someone is desperate and believes it.
Yeah, but that never happens because, you know.
Yeah, and that's, you know, and someone jumps on there and does that. So just be mindful, do spread. We don't do that. No, we're not soliciting, and don't follow those things, and don't give your details away to anyone, okay?
Anyway, light your candles and pray for the people of Ukraine, please.
Oh, gosh, yes.
So there you go. So
yes.
The power of love, just light your candle.
Yep.
I don't know how many candles I've been through, but I'm not giving up. But anyway, happy St. Patrick's Day tomorrow. Have a great time. You know, have a bit of luck out there. Roll the dice and, you know, have some fun.
Go for it. Make
and
some fun
put that positive energy out there. Anyway, love and blessings.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.